What's up, Space Cadets? It's your girl, NovaBlaStarr, and I'm back with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Now, I know that we didn't get that many views on the last playthrough of this, but I still wanted to play it again just because we didn't get a chance to really play. All we did was kind of just read, which is fine, but I wanted to get some gameplay going. And then if you guys don't want to see it after that, you know what to do, just don't watch it. I was like, dang, we didn't even really get a chance to play. Let me try one more upload, see how people flip it with it, and then go from there. So we're gonna jump right into this. I'm excited. Okay, so we're just gonna pick up where we left off last time. So I was doing voices and such, so we're gonna see how this goes with the voices. Witness, kindly state your name and occupation for the courtroom. Yes, sir. The Great Nepenton Independent Army Segregation is a NASA reporting for duty, sir.
Myself, a fine employee as a preserver of fine articles of antiquities from the efflorescences of our nation's Nippon, and conduce my trades from Rasutini in a humble pursuit in the 2nd District, Kairio Karukoto, at your service.
I'm hoping I'm saying all that right. An antiquities dealer, and a soldier. What an unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be the diner at the other table that the waiter mentioned.
Myself, I humbly take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon, and not frequently concerned with interest parties regarding the curious with which I make my business.
I can't understand a word that the old man is saying. Okay, because I was not understanding the word that I was reading, as long as we're on the same page. He's an antiques dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at the Okay, so he's a regular at the restaurant. Okay, cool. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. Okay. He obviously target Le Carnel because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Makes sense. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of the incident. Why am I struggling? Is that correct? Affirmative. The enemy until was seen attack the forger in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniform rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir. This man is impossible to understand as the other. Yeah, he's a little mixed up on the words. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. Yeah, me too. Like a squeak. So this is the defendant's evidence to prosecute was threatening. Yeah, they're not that. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I'm feeling uncomfortable from the start, right? Now the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. This is where we get to play. Thank goodness. Yes, sir. Standing by. He has a baby on his back. He definitely has like a baby on his back. This right here is obviously some type of thing to keep his baby on. Yes, sir. Standing by, ready to report, sir.
Unsavory memories of the most uncertain afternoon.
He has a baby on the back. How are we supposed to do testimony from two people at once? I've never done that. What the witness saw. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tantalizing discussion with the old man.
Myself, I was extolling the virus of persistent fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed that enemy's action with my own eyes. The black uniform varsity cadet fired on the English civil. Why am I doing this to myself? Civilian, and from back the cowardly little weasel. Okay. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously obscene precocious curio.
So he was on the floor. Whoa. So you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the virtual moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. He got a knife? The cruel and unfortunate enemy.
What time we live in, what an English gentleman may be assaulted in the broad light of day.
But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. He stays saying that. You gotta prove it. Is that really true, Ryu? Yes. All I did was pick up the gun that I saw laying on the floor. You shouldn't have picked up the gun. You should have just left it where it was. After I'd said hello to Dr. Weston, I went back to my table and sat down, drinking some coffee. Okay. Then when I finished, I got up from my seat and left the restaurant. When I noticed the Englishman's gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting, I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang. Oh. Well, if that's the truth, there's obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witness testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is. Yes. Ryu, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witness. Not him with the thing up like that, bro. He is ready to do something. Do it now. As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in this testimony. These witnesses, the defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Despicable. Certainly the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any viable pretty much no doubt, bruh. Why am I tripping so hard? Therefore, it is my grave duty to. He said yes. I get so many text messages, yo. I get so many text messages during Is this text? Oh, I thought it was a text message. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad.
What in the names of the empire is the meaning of this outburst?
The defense demands its right to cross-examine. Right. You thought I was going to sit down on that? Dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh. How did he know? Because obviously you're not a lawyer, so you wouldn't know. The prosecution objects to this as a clear waste of time.
The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? He has the right to. The defense is asserting its right to cross-examine. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Right, it's his right. Go. Kazu is so commanding. Yeah, he is. He's so cool. Very well. Let the defendant conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. All right, this is where the battle begins, Ryu. But I don't even know what I have to do in the cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witness statement. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means that the soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence, right? Evidence. All you need to do is present some defensive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Oh, did I bang myself for real? I almost snatched my headphones off. Now let's go, Ryu. Don't let them beat you. Right, or I'm going to jail. Not the baby slap. He said, so unconfident. All right then, it's all or nothing. You dang straight, or you going straight to jail or worse, death. Cross-examination. He looked like Phoenix right there. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy action with my own eyes. Can I press him?
Yes!
So, you're saying that you actually saw me at that time? Affirmative, I saw you. Laughing, calculating like a madman as you trained the barrel of your gun onto the English civilian. Not the baby slap. Why his slap so gentle? But that's impossible. I only... Allow me to confirm just one point, please. Was that private? Thinking carefully about the statement you just made, it seems to me that it must have been just after you heard the gunshot that you looked over to the victim's table. And so what if it was? Then you technically didn't witness anything. Well, if that's really the case, you didn't see him shoot him, right? It would mean that you didn't, in fact, see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun. Duh, idiot. No, sir. Ugh. And double ugh. Right. My sixth sense. Sorry? My sixth sense of danger. I picked up the wave of murderous energy radiating from your foul mind, which means a split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you. Surely that's not really possible, is it? Do you think I have got where I am today in the army if I couldn't sense danger in the air, son? Well, it would seem that this soldier is absolutely convinced that he saw you do the deed. This is not good. He deserved it with his own hand. Oh, here it is. And from the back, the cowardly little weasel. So we could present evidence. He got shot from the front, obviously.
Yes!
We got it. Who are you? Everybody's like, even the judge is like, bruh. What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination, thrusting some photo print in my mustache? Inconsistency, sir. Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. There's a clear inconsistency here.
Tisk, what nonsense? What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already see?
Well, obviously, that's I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out my mouth.
I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for any immature students here in this grand courtroom.
Ugh, this is so frustrating. Right, my man's gonna back me up. Oh, please. Rolls eyes, sassiness. Surely this doesn't require an examination. It couldn't be more plain. Exactly. To spell it out, would it be an insult to the courtroom? All right, back me up, Kazu.
What?
What are you talking about? It is apparent from a single glance at this photo print presented by the defense that there is a clear... I'm sorry, he's such a baddie. It's a clear contradiction in this thing, okay? It's contradictions.
What?
Yeah. Yes, sir. What is it, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniform varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military grade eyes, sir.
Yes!
And obviously you can't see the contradiction, but no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because take a close look at the print, right? Help my man out. He got shot from the front. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Ah. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. Right. And that is an obvious... Every time he does it, I'm just like, I feel like him in the background. Like, I'm just like, discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? How? Oh, no, he not push his baby back. What the F? What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. Certainly there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant?
No, sir.
No, sir. I just got it. Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the fire discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious La Kerma steak, sir. What? The last testimony the courtroom heard proves one thing beyond a reasonable of a doubt. This witness, Sergeant Nosa, saw no nothing. He did not see the defendant firing the firearm. No, sir, he did not. That's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an immature prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Shots fired. Him holding his baby, that's so cute. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial just from the one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. But I definitely saw him. But you didn't see him shoot the gun, that's the thing. The university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
but I never fired the gun. Right! All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? He didn't. He would say he was on the floor. Myself. I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interests me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor. Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Treasure? Oh, well, maybe if people from abroad come there all the time to enjoy it, maybe they drop things. Indeed, the Hoti Compri Co Ben, my prize coin. On each occasion when I visit the restaurant, it is my habit to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket and interest from my shop receipts in the hopes of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you. On the day under certainty, it was the military man that I offered my treasure to. Believed that he would purchase such a rare find. I did not, but I presented with a little alternative. And then, after the alternative, my eyes for the brief moment was there no more. It simply vanished. So his coin vanished. The Koban vanished. Hunting around under the table, I was in case, mayhap, it had fallen there, and then it happened. So while he was under the table, that's when he heard the gunshot. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed, I did, but I heard it not, for I was concerned only with finding my coin, my treasure. Nothing could distract me. Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? No. I see. Somebody stole his coin and all of that hullabaloo. That lumber table day, the precious Hoi Koban was lost to me. No doubt some unscribable, malicious. Okay, somebody pocketed your stuff and you think it's no sir. Okay. Right. Squeeze all of this. I'm about to be put to death. Could we please get back to my trial? As I am sure everyone presents aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to the Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British. Right. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now, and you know it, Judge. What is your position, prosecutor? Tisk, worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. Exclamation mark. My witnesses have further testimony to make. Explain. Upon hearing their next statement, it will become abruptly clear that there is only one person who could have possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryu. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? I see. Very well. The court invites the witness to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reason behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear? As clear as Kirakoa glass, Your Excellency. Whatever that means. Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir.
Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family. Rise up through the ranks, sir. Name Ada? It seems those stripes are a sign of sergeants being too strapped to afford a nanny. Oh, too strapped to afford a nanny. Okay. Your father is about to call the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. Your son got a little bit of a snotty thing going on. Witness testimony. Listen up. The true culprit. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young lad in the black. That much I myself did see. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirms that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was the Englishman dying all by himself. We're gonna have to press on that. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman over out. Okay, so they're trying to make the same type of call that the dude from the last one, the butler, did, saying there was nobody else there. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. But there was a woman there, was a young woman at the his table. Yes, you must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her. Objection! If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the courtroom. Speak accordingly. We are here to listen to your fantasies. Ugh. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photo evidence of this fact. Is that the photo of the photo print of the scene of the crime, counsel? Okay, how does this prove anything? Indeed, of the table of which the victim was dining, taken by the investigator immediately after the incident. Hold on a second. Can I check the court records? Let me get a close-up on that. Examine. That is what he was eating. Hold on, but why do the steak look like it's hiding? Hold on. You see how that steak looked like it's bitten into? This one looks like it was bitten into. His steak didn't look like he eating it at all. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set. Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. Arg, this doesn't make any sense. The court will be adding this new photo to evidence to the record. Okay. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's a conspiracy, my boy. It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waitress behind says the same thing. He maintained that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear I saw a woman with him. Right. So either everybody's in on it or something. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to the Great Britain on time after noon, after all. The witness testimony we have just heard leaves no further room for doubt. How is that true? These are the very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think I will have to contribute to the amenity of these two great empires is an honor. Cross-examine them, bro. How can this be happening? This judge is really ready to rule? Stand all. I said stand all, Lord. Stand tall, Ryuji. It's not over yet. Right. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. Right, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's in on it. And now it's your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know. Kazuma, what am I supposed to do? The defendant is entitled to a cross-examine the witness, but make it quick, understood? Tisk, rules can be unbending at times. Ugh. He gonna cry. He looked like Phoenix right there. Y'all can't even say he don't. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Can we press him for that? No, back. I want to press.
Yes!
Okay. You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
Objection!
Why is you objecting? As you have been at pain point out time and again, I feel I am groaning and callous in my ears. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. Ugh. If only there'd been more people in the diner at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know, of course, the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly, 2 p.m. is either here nor there in this terms of the time of eating. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at the time of day and why he was alone. Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. There was? This was found in the victim's jacket pocket. What is it, Counsel? It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at the clinic prior to the visit the restaurant. Hata Clinic. Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. That's the very day of the incident. So, the victim went from a late lunch following his appointment. The examination couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case. I wonder, what do you think, Ryu? Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request it to be entered into the court records if you think it could be useful. Should I ask Dr. Ren? Yeah. Better not.
Yes!
If I may, I'd like to ask for the medical record card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? The court has already heard the conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be existential or whatever. Not to mention that the victim moment prior to his arrivals at the restaurants are no concern.
Objection!
That's not true. Whether or not they are concerned is up to us to determine. We have the right to explore all possible avenues. I beg your pardon. You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defendant's request. Tisk. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend. Why not? Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court records. I'm going to take a look at that. Okay, can we look at the court records real quick? So, E for court records. Can I look at this? A medical report card from that was found in the victim's pocket. Can we not look at it? Okay. More evidence. What we need right now is a new clue. Yeah. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant. Right, I hear you. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you've forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused. Okay. Excellent work. We've glanced some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it's changed much. I can't see that it brings any real... Yeah, I don't see any deception here. Where's the deception? I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see. The medical report you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yeah, give me more details. Yes, this is the brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. That's what I want to do. Let's go. How exactly? You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear magnifying glasses. These are the ones you may examine. Press spacebar and you can take a look at the piece of evidence in question. Use these buttons. Oh, baby, you know I'm gonna flip that thing around. Rotate that thing. You know what to do. He's so cute. Anyway, you can also use the pointer to do some stuff like that. Okay. You can move their crosshairs around. Okay, hunt for clues. When you find something, if the crosshairs start to pulsate, press spacebar to investigate further. Okay, let's do it. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it. All right. I'll see what I can do. I need to use, okay, or spacebar to inspect it. Okay. Right. No need to iterate. Open that thing up. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, this is new. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Amnesia. Malaria? You mean he had a tooth taken out? Molar. Oh, it would seem so. Just before the incident, had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard that this amnesia, although it's hard to believe that there's anything that can be actually stop you feeling pain. There's a cautionary note from the medical professor as well. Strictly no food or drinking besides water for 3 hours. Oh, really? Oh, we got you. Sound like information worth bearing in mind. The medical report. Okay, so yeah, he wasn't even supposed to be eating and drinking. So that food is actually somebody else's. With this new information, the meaning. Okay, so I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. Okay, so this is what this means, just in case you're having trouble keeping up. Now we know for sure that he was not eating. That food was for somebody else. Oh, this one. Now, which one do I present? I'm guessing I present this. No, I present this.
Yes!
Well, I think, about what are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer? I wish I could. But first and foremost, here, I'm the accused. Ryu. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under these circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. You're the best. I could see it quite clearly in the cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully, you knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. You know, dang straight. Such a good friend. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you think. Yeah, you right. All right. And thanks for the advice. You're the best. Big hearts to you, bro. All right, say what you gotta say. This is a medical report card belonging to the victim. I see. And I don't see what of it, boy. Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. Something clearly doesn't add up. Dear me, have you forgotten my words? So soon. Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt the course proceeding with your amateurish drivel. But let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. If it was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. Grr. But that's, remember you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimony the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matters at all, for a simple reason that there is no one else besides the pale face. Right. That's the slam we were waiting for, that one. This medical report card has nothing to do with this case, huh? Do you really believe that? Get at him, girl. What? The outburst, how petrified me. Boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Holta Clinic, which issued the report card, is dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted. What? What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. Yeah, just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthetic wears off. What? No, that can't be. Yeah, it is. Ya fool. What, boy, what? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. Slam. That's a good slam, but that cannot possibly be the case. Grr. Because the victim, as we know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effect of the amnesia. Yeah. Oh! That's what I'm talking about, boy. Well done, partner. Thanks. You guys try to pin me for this BS?
Nigga! What? This nonsense, you little upstart starter? Ryu like, boy, I stand firm. These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photo evidence. He was sitting right there. Old girl was sitting right here. What's the hold up? You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
Objection.
I know that's right. Use your head. That's very discrepancy. Why do I have so much trouble saying discrepancy? Discrepancy is where talking about, or can't you follow this logic? Ha! How dare you! I think it's fair to say that the tables have been reversed. In the restaurant case, have you turned? Wouldn't you agree, Ryu? Right, somebody trying to set me up. Yes, most definitely. So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat? Yeah, which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the picture beef steak? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel. Ryu? Counsel? Oh, that's me. Means me, doesn't it? All right. The answer to this question is going to be, going to be super important. This is the start of your turnabout of the round this case. We can hit the Uno reverse on them. Show them what you're made of. Got it. Don't worry. I got several in my pocket right now. The person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been the victim himself, me, the two witnesses, and as yet known third party. Right. Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
Objection.
You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person. Yes, there was. There was, because I saw her. What are you talking about? When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything, yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on the table. Therefore, ergo, the only logic conclusion is that there was somebody else at the table! Ah! We have strong evidence to support our assumption. It is clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through in ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Administrator of Justice and pursue retrial relentlessly. Right, Kazuma. No, he's right, because there's clear evidence that you didn't do anything, or that there's still a third party that might be the person who did it. Are you insane? You would take on the government? Don't worry, counsel. I have no issues with you. What do you mean? Ha! I have issues with them! These two witnesses in the stand! What? Right, because they're obviously lying. What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So if it's now turned out that the two of you are deliberately lying when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with a pre-jury. And since this is a murder trial, you will also deemed accomplices in the killing. Accomplices? In murder? Oh, no! Right, you and your baby going to jail. Hold it! No, negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. So you admit it. There was another person.
Oh, Drat, I think I gave up the ghost.
What? What did you just say?
Oh, no.
You were just following orders?
Now hold on, lad. I was
Say you never saw the gentlewoman.
Grr.
When you said gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from the overseas? What?
Objection!
No, don't try to object. What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair?
Just one simple slip of the tongue.
Somebody trying to frame me? Someone trying to frame me? Someone trying to frame me?
Order! Order, Counsel! Explain what's going on here.
Hada!
It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
Absolutely not. The prosecutor knows nothing of this.
No. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut?
Well,
that's classified.
so you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, because pretty much that's what's gonna happen.
You wouldn't. This can't be happening.
Ryu, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I say we're sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. Who, however, I don't believe that the prosecutor knew. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, Ryu, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue on our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouth shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any affirm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly remember how we made progress before? We examined a piece of evidence in more details and found a new clue as a result.
I'm already knowing where he's going with it.
Oh yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing missing.
There's no time to lose. I want answers now. If proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please, wait, Your Excellency.
I had no idea any of this was going on. I swear to God, pretty much. Everything. I promise you, I knew nothing.
And what does the defendant have to say about all of this? Well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes to my head. All right. Besides the prosecution and the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witness, I need options. No, back. This is the only person I could think of. Or him. Could it have been him? Is it him? It's the only person I could think of.
Yes!
Ooh, there. What do you make of this?
Hold on, can we go to the court records real quick? I am so nervous. My armpits are so sweaty right now. I wanted to look at the card he gave us, but it won't let me look at it. No, exam. This planned restaurant is a number of questions, I think. Definitely. It's supposed to show the relevant position of everything in the moment of the following the incident. But there's nothing shows the woman you say so. Exactly, and that's not all. Look here, upper left where the kitchen is. Oh yes, what of it? No one would use those client characters, right? Kitchen. Especially not if they were in a hurry. You mean you don't remember those characters yourself, don't you? Study harder, Ryu. I want to check out the back of this card. How do I flip this thing around? Chief Inspector. What? He's a chief inspector? Well, that's unexpected. What is it? Look, do you see it? Says witness name here. Well, yes, business cards do intend to show the person's name, that sort of thing. It's not the name that's unexpected, it's the job title, right? He's an inspector. His job, oh, chief inspector. He's with the police bureau. Inspector, what on earth? Maybe I said the wrong person. I had no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence if they're wielding it somehow here. Okay. Maybe I did say the wrong person. Okay. I think counsel that you may be close to your ear. Yeah, I think I said the wrong person. It's you.
Yes!
We know it's you. Well, surely that would be the waiter who took the stand earlier.
Objection!
I don't want to say their names because I don't want to mess up the name. Poppycock! What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If that is the man truly were a waiter, if that man was truly a waiter. What if that were... Come on, Ryu. Time to hit the court with the truth. The truth about Surge's real identity proven. We give them the waiter's card.
Yes!
The plan of the restaurant scribbled by the man in question. I agree. It shows a great deal of attention to the details, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency. That's the back of the card. It's the back of the card. The back of the card that is interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should said the front. Yeah, that's a good slam. Yes, the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling details is. Right. Excuse me. Would somebody please explain what the overexcited student is trying to say? Right. Why they do my mans like that every chance they get? Okay. If Your Honor, please turn the card onto the business side, which is the front. The relevance of it is the man's profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession, but that's surely good gracious. That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads Chief Inspector. He's part of the police bureau. What are you talking about? What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? That's cause you slow, sis. You ain't up on game. Absolute power as far as a regular civilian are concerned. So, witness, there is in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen the foreign gentlewoman at the scene of the crime? Well, right. Hold it. Oh, is it him? Inspector. I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. Yeah, that's why he didn't want to give it into evidence, because he already knew. The court will take this plan and add it to the court records. Oh, well, is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court office at once. Of course. Here you are. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out and all investigate flawlessly is my guiding principle, but I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. He seems so cool now for some reason. It was an unusual, careless mistake. So, you meant to say you really are a detective. But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course. Your salary man. I was working undercover, you idiot. Undercover? Yes, there have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? Shake my head. That's classified. That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. Okay. I am gonna divulge the rest of this to the next episode. Bro, my reading is giving 3rd grade, is giving stay in school, is giving the more you know. But if you guys are enjoying this playthrough, the only way I know that you want to watch it is unless you like, share, subscribe, babes. And I will see you, Space Cadets, in the next video. Bye me. For more detective work. Okay.
Darling,